Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in the Song and Silence book from 3rd edition D&D. We are looking at prestige classes, and the next prestige class in the list is Dungeon Delver. This book is more focused on rogues and bards as the core classes going into these prestige classes, but other classes can qualify, so if you can plan to meet the requirements, you could join the prestige class. Okay. Dungeon Delver. In many ways, the Dungeon Delver is the ultimate expression of the adventuring rogue. He's skilled at moving stealthily through all types of dungeon terrain, detecting and disarming inconvenient traps, bypassing locks, and locating treasure and filching protected items. The requirements to become a Dungeon Delver. Skills: climb 10 ranks, craft stone masonry 5 ranks, disable device 10 ranks, hide 5 ranks, move silently 5 ranks, open lock 10 ranks, and search 10 ranks. I would reduce the ranks to 7, so you'd have to be a 7th level rogue before you level into Dungeon Delver. The only reason is in 3rd edition D&D, a 7th level rogue could have 10 ranks in those skills. Where a pathfinder, your ranks are limited to your level. More than it was in 3rd edition. 3rd edition, it was your level plus 3 was the max you could have, and you started with enough ranks at 1st level to have maxed out the a few of your skills. Feats: alertness and blind fight. Special: to become a Dungeon Delver, the character must first survive a great trial underground. This usually takes one of 3 forms. A solo dungeon expedition that earns the character 1/2 of the experience points needed for advancement to the next level. For example, a 7th level character must earn 3,500 XP on such a solo run. The character must complete the venture in 1 week, though he may leave the dungeon and return as often as desired during that time. Or survival of a cave-in or other collapse. Or living for a year without seeing the light of the sun, usually among underground denizens such as the deep dwarves or drow. I would also throw in the Snurfiblin, the deep gnomes. So the hit dice is a d6 as you level in this prestige class. Dungeon Delvers are proficient in all simple weapons and martial weapons, as well as with light armor. So if you're not proficient in all martial weapons, you would gain that proficiency from this prestige class. Your skill points at each level is 8 plus your intelligence modifier, so no different than a rogue. The following skills are class skills: appraise, balance, climb, craft, disable device, hide, into direction, jump, listen, move silently, open lock, search, spot, swim, tumble, use magic device, use rope. So I would switch this up. I would use the rogues from Pathfinder. I'd use the rogue skill table, and then add survival in for the into direction. So let's look at the table, see how the prestige class levels. You have the 2nd best base attack bonus in the game. At 1st level, it starts at a +0, and by the time you reach 10th level, it's +7. So it follows the rogue table's base attack bonus, the 2nd best one in the game. Your fortitude and your reflex saves are your best saves for the prestige class. Any core class, you could follow the same thing. At 1st level, if it starts at a +2, that's the best save. So at 1st level, these are +2s, and by 10th level, they'll be +7s. The will save of this prestige class is the class's worst save. It starts at a +0, and by the time you reach 10th level, it's only a +3. It would follow the core class's progression of the worst saves for a core class. At 1st level, you get danger sense +2 and +4 and traps. At 2nd level, you get blind sight 20 feet. At 3rd level, you get stone cunning. At 4th level, you get reduce. At 5th level, you get dark vision. At 6th level, you get danger sense +4/+6. At 7th level, you get treasure sense. That sounds like a fun one. At 8th level, you get blind sight 40 feet. At 9th level, you get find the path. And at 10th level, phase the door. Danger sense. The Dungeon Delver possesses an uncanny intuition that warns him of impending danger. This grants him a +2 insight bonus on reflex saves to avoid traps, a +2 dodge bonus on AC against traps that have attack bonuses, and a +4 insight bonus to spot checks made to spot creatures at the beginning of an encounter. Oh, so that's not traps, that's just creatures. Cool. At 6th level, these bonuses increase to +4 and +6. So +4 against the traps and +6 to see creatures. Traps. At 1st level, the Dungeon Delver acquires the trap ability if he does not already have it from the previous class. So the rogue's ability to find traps and stuff, where they get to add their class to the ability to find and disable traps. Since I would assume most of the classes I would want to be this would already have that, I would give your rogue either access to another rogue ability or a feat in replacement of that. Blind Sight. At 2nd level, the Dungeon Delver gains acute sensitivity to sound, smells, movement, and other disturbances within 20 feet. This enhanced spatial sense enables him to maneuver and fight as well as he can under normal conditions. Regardless of the ambient lighting, invisibility is irrelevant, though the character cannot sense ethereal creatures. Blind Sight does not replace normal vision. Activating this ability is a standard action, and the effect lasts for 10 minutes. This ability is not dependent upon hearing, so deafness and similar effects do not negate it. At 8th level, the Dungeon Delver's blind sight range increases to 40 feet. It doesn't say how many times you can activate it or if there's any limit. If I was ruling based on just what it said, you can only use it once per day. So that doesn't seem right to me. So let's rework that a little bit real quick. It says it lasts for 10 minutes. I'd say I'd have it last as long as you wanted it active for, and you can only activate it one time per day per character level in the prestige class. So 10 times per day, and could last up to 10 minutes or as long as you wanted it active for. If you wanted to exceed 10 minutes, I'd go over like spellcasting concentration rules and have you do that to prolong how long you can use Blind Sight. Stone Cunning. At 3rd level, the Dungeon Delver gains the Stone Cunning ability. This functions exactly as it does for dwarves, except that the check modifiers are competence bonuses rather than racial bonuses. So that would also stack with dwarves. So it'd be another Stone Cunning bonus. Reduce. At 4th level, the Dungeon Delver can squeeze through narrow crevices, half-collapsed passages, prison bars, and other tight spots that would normally block a character of his size and bulk. This ability is usable 3 times per day, works exactly like Reduce spell cast by a 5th level sorcerer. That's pretty cool. But only 3 times per day? I'd allow you to extend the amount of times per day as you leveled, so we would say maybe at 7th level or 10th level you could do it more times per day. Dark Vision. At 5th level, the Dungeon Delver gains the ability to use Dark Vision at will with a range of 60 feet. If he already has Dark Vision as a class feature or racial ability, the ranges do not stack. So if that's the case, I'd give you a bonus feat or a rogue ability in replacement of that. Treasure Sense. At 7th level, the Dungeon Delver can sense the accumulation of treasure worth 1,000 gold pieces or more within a range of 200 feet per Dungeon Delver level. He does not know the exact composition or nature of the treasure thus located, only its direction and distance from him, with a 10-foot margin of error. All valuables within 10 feet of a given point count as a single treasure, so 2 piles of gold pieces separated by 5 feet would register as 1 treasure, not 2. Treasure Sense always locates the treasure with the greatest market value if more than 1 accumulation is within range of the spell or the ability. This ability does not grant any knowledge about the safest path, if any, between the Dungeon Delver and the treasure. It merely provides direction and distance. I'd probably give that ability to you earlier, like 2nd level, because that it's just cool that you would have it. Maybe increase its range at 7th level, because it says 200 feet per Dungeon Delver. Never mind, I wouldn't change its range. I'd give you that treasure sense earlier, like second level, and then I'd give you a feat where treasure sense was. Find the path. 3 times per day, a dungeon delver of 9th level or higher can find his way into and out of the most confounding mazes and dungeons. This ability functions like Find the Path spell cast by a 16th level sorcerer, except that it affects the user only. Well, that doesn't matter because if you're with a party and you use that, the party just follows you. But that's still cool. Phase Door. At 10th level, the dungeon delver gains the ability to create a phase door once per day. This enables him to bypass cave-ins, walk through dead ends, and immovable obstructions, such as a portcullis welded into place, and makes quick escape through walls. This ability functions exactly like Phase Door spell cast by an 18th level sorcerer, except that the dungeon delver can create an ethereal passage through any non-living substance, not just wood, plaster, and stone. I would give you Phase Door at 7th level and to replace Trap Sense, and then at 10th level I'd allow you to use it 3 times per day. That's how I would do that. Those are the changes I'd make to the Prestige class, because all of them stood out to me as I was going over it. Let me know what you all think about the Prestige class, what changes you would make to the Prestige class in the comments below. Until we all game again, guys.